Narcissistic ghosting. Narcissistic ghosting is a kind of a manipulative tactic in which a narcissistic abruptly ends all communications and connections with you without any explanation, leading to no contact. And today's topic is 6 main reasons why a narcissistic ghost over you. I count ghosting as an indirect gaslighting. Like a gaslighting, a ghosting is when a narcissistic person causes confusion and emotional turmoil in the victim. Like when the person is ghosted, they start obsessing and ruminating on certain thoughts that did I say something bad or wrong to him or her that I am being ghosted? Or was I mean to the person? That is why I am being ghosted. So these questions keep going on and on, causing emotional turmoil to the person. Now we will talk about 6 reasons why narcissists ghost upon you. Number 1, they want to retain the power and control over you. Number 2, they want to retain the false self, the mask which they are wearing, and to avoid confrontation and closure. Number 3, they want to have more of a narcissistic supply which goes missing. Number 4, they can ghost you as a manipulative punishment. They are trying to punish you. Number 5, they ghost you maybe as a coping mechanism for vulnerability and abandonment issues which they themselves are going through. And number 6, boredom, because they are bored of you. Maybe they don't like you anymore. One underlying and most important reason why narcissists ghost over you because of their imaginary power game and of control which they are playing with you. They think that they are controlling this relationship, and by ghosting upon you, they are proving the point that, see, I was controlling this relation from the beginning to the end, and I do have the remote control and the button and the power button in my hand that whenever I want, I can end this relation. Whenever I want, I can start this relation. Because by doing this, they are maintaining their self-made delusional grandiosity that they are special and they are the leader, and they make their own self-made leadership or power game in their mind, which is one way, and they are playing with that power game with you. Not only this, sometimes when they ghost over you, maybe in a social group, maybe as a friend, as a sibling, when they try to come back, the reason why they're coming back, don't think that they love you. That's why they're coming back. They're coming back once again because they want to use that power button to prove to you that here we go. This relationship is completely controlled by me and me only. The second reason why the narcissistic ghost upon you is because they want to retain their false self and avoid any confrontation. Don't forget, they are wearing a mask which is protecting their ego. So they are very scared that if they will not ghost upon you, that mask will slip, because the time has come, maybe when you have started challenging their gaslighting. So for them, they are scared that they might land up saying something to you in front of others, which will be face off or a mask off. So that is why they prefer to ghost over you. Not only this, also when they are trying to have reactions out of you, and the other person, the victim, becomes very smart enough out of experience and do not react and walk away, they are scared that their true self of anger will come out, and then they will feel guilty and shameful over their behavior. So for them, it's better to ghost over you without giving any closure or without giving any chance for them to reveal themselves out who they are. The other reason why the narcissistic will ghost over you is because the narcissistic supply goes missing, because narcissistic supply is one of the most important ingredient for the narcissistic in a relationship. They are seeking for a narcissistic supply of admiration to boost their low self-esteem, because they don't have any other coping mechanism to buck up with their low self-esteem. So they are using you as a booster drink, and they're drinking you out and they're draining you out to have that admiration so that they can support their low self-esteem. So out here, it's very much clear that when the person is ghosting over you, they have no empathy for you. The only empathy which they have is for themselves, which is of selfishness, and they want admiration one way or the other. So they ghost over you and they start hunting for the next narcissistic supply. So what next? What next? What next? So this becomes a pattern for them, because for them, they are finding very hard to cope with their low self-esteem without a booster drink. So people are just numbers for them. They are not relationship. So once you stop giving admiration and you're not treating them like a leader, boom, they go away for another search of a narcissistic supply from somewhere else, and they don't want to waste time over you to give you closure because you are of no benefit to them. Another reason why a narcissistic can ghost over you is they're using ghosting as a manipulative punishment, because for them it is my way or highway, or it is that you were challenging them when they were gaslighting, or it is that you were not part of their narcissistic supply when they needed it badly, and you should keep hanging in the waiting room for them to come back or give them attention and run after them without any reason. So by ghosting over you, they are giving you punishment of emotional abuse, because you are going to go through that emotional turmoil and you're going to ruminate and get obsessed with certain thinking that where did I go wrong, that this relationship didn't work, and where am I wrong, and what's wrong with me that I'm being treated like this. So you go on and on with confusion, depression and anxiety, and they have no empathy for you, because all what they have and all what they want to do is they want to punish you because you did not follow their protocols, and because it should be a learning lesson for you, and you need to start treating them like a leader and start giving them the power back. The fifth reason that why the narcissistic will ghost upon you is that they are trying to use it as a coping mechanism with their own vulnerability and fear of abandonment. It can be counted as a self-sabotage, that for them, nothing is left in this relationship, and before he or she or you abandon them, and they want to give rejection to you in a better way and leave with self-pride, satisfying their own false self and self-ego, or the mask which they have created, because by accepting that they are vulnerable and weak and don't want to be abandoned, the delusional grandiosity of superiorism of the self-image which they have created, that will fall apart. So for them, a very common statement is, which I have heard with many of my patients, that how can she leave me? How can he leave me? I am too good for him or her. Actually, I think she or he never deserved me. So it's their loss, and they want to ghost over you, and boom, they go away. And if they want to stay back, they have to make a compromise, and reconciliation is not part of the system. And because they have to win and cannot be a failure in any situation, so they will ghost upon you, leaving you thinking that you are the failure in maintaining and sustaining this relationship because something is wrong with you, not them. And they have won the game, kind of sugarcoating and hiding their weakness and vulnerability, not only from others, but also from themselves too. So ghosting is a better option, and it is like a cherry on the false cake which they have baked for themselves. The other reason, and the last one, the sixth one, why the narcissistic will ghost over you is because of boredom. They feel bored very quickly because a narcissistic person is always seeking for spikes. They want newness, they like novelty, they want spikes of pleasure out of you, which also can be termed as love. They love glamour, they love the show. Also, the love booming part of the beginning of the relationship gives them excitement and feeling of greatness and being superior. So in the beginning, when they are valuing you, they are not only telling you but also others that you are the best fit for them because you are fun, you're fun loving, it's fun to be with you, and you have new ideas. Not only this, with partners, I have heard quite many of patients, especially a person who is going through narcissistic victim syndrome, mentions, Dr. Grover, I miss the sex part. Sex was great. Actually, sex was not great, but actually they were using sex as an excitement for themselves. They were enjoying that because it was giving them an adrenal rush and that dopamine rush. And when that adrenal rush comes down, boredom comes with it. But when it gets boring, as they can't find anything else out of you, they get tired of you. And the best statement which they will give is that, you know what, I want more out of life. Nothing is left in this relationship. It's better I move on. So they will ghost upon you and they will prefer to find somebody else who is giving them that spike and that entertainment and that excitement. The other thing which I have noticed, which is linked with boredom, is especially when in combination with the bipolar disorder with the narcissistic person. Bipolar disorder is a very common differential diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder. In this case, they love drama and dynamics. And when drama and dynamics are not happening and you are not coming in their fish bait again and again, they become bored and they seek to have further dramatic, toxic relationships because without toxicity, their life is not normal as it's part of their profile. So they prefer to ghost you because they want more toxicity and drama too. So in the end, I would like to mention that being a narcissistic is also a mental health issue. And if by any means the person watching this video figures out that they do have some traits, it's better to go for treatment, better late than never. And apart from that, what I would like to say, that if you think you have been ghosted by a narcissistic, being a psychologist, I have a habit of finding always positive out of negative. So out here, you are counting it as a negative situation of being ghosted. I am counting it as a positive, that you're very lucky that you are not going to go through this further drama or further being a victim of narcissistic victim syndrome. So respect yourself and get yourself healed. Life is short and long too, and you are your priority. And your mental health is your priority. So it's better for you to let this time pass and let the other person have no contact with you, and don't try to contact that person again, and have a better life. So I will end here today, and all I would like to say that if you've liked my video, please press the bell below, subscribe me, and don't forget to press the thumbs up. It was a pleasure and great to do this piece of recording for you all. Till next time, for my next recording, all the best to you. Have a good life, and as usual, cheers with coffee.